Okay, here is our 2015 Ford Transit 350 package. So it's got the heavier springs on it. This is the passenger side here. We'll just do an exterior walk around. We haven't really done very much to the van. We've got a front recovery hook on there, as you can see. And then on the driver's side over here, we've got another window on the side, so you can kind of see out of the back nicely. And then on the rear side, we've got a boom for a cell signal booster, and then we've got 4 low bike racks. So those hold 4 mountain bikes, or you can use them for road bikes as well. And if we open up the rear here, you can see what we call the bog. This is where we store all of our gear. So we've got kind of a helmet rack up on top, and then we've got a rack for all our snowboard boots. Those have boot dryers that plug in down below here. You can see that's electrical run in. And then you can also see a heat vent down there. Then on the driver's side door, we've got the board quiver holder. So it's just a rack on the door that holds all our boards. It also can hold some skis and stuff. Then we've got recovery gear, a window scraper, and a rug that we use. Then, somebody's helmet fell off here. Get that back up top. Then all our gear hangs here, so it dries really nicely with that heat coming in from the corner. And then you can see down over here underneath, we've got our airhead composting toilet. So when we park up, all the gear is in the back, but we're still using like the bathroom and stuff. We just use a bungee cord to pull that out of the way. It works really nicely. Nothing on this door, so it kind of keeps you having space when you're in the bog using it for the facilities. The other thing you can see here in the back is this kind of gray tube in the corner there. Comes up, and then there's an intake up there. So the fan in this van actually blows out the bottom of the truck, and it pulls from vents like that are positioned at the top of the van inside all around, and kind of lets us have distributed air ventilation, so you keep really nice fresh air in the van at all times. So if we walk around now, we can go inside here, show you the van on the interior. Some features. I guess first, when we get the slider door open, you can kind of see the back side of the kitchen unit there, and you can see, we've got this the step is covered to maximize floor space on the inside, but it's still open in there. In the summer, we kind of store some like flip-flops and different things in there. And then you can also see we've got one of these heavy-duty handrails. It's a good sized step up to come into these vans, so that handhold really helps quite a bit. So on the inside of the van, we've got the standard interior from 2015, so it doesn't have anything real impressive there, I guess. Up above, we have a headliner shelf, and we store our our insulated window covers for the front here. So all 3 windows in the front get those. And then we've got some, towels and stuff, and, a speaker and just some random storage up there. In here we keep, these are some insect repellent activators, and we've got headlamps and stuff, first aid kit. We'll store games and other stuff up there. So this is kind of in driving mode. We've got the 2-person factory back seat, the 2 front driver seats. And then when we, these are both set up on swivels as well, so they turn around and face into the van when we need. And maybe I'll do a cutaway of that, I guess, in a little bit here. On either side, we've got insulated Arctic Tern windows, so those keep it nice and warm in the winter. Up above, we've got our little Wisconsin outdoor library, all our different wildlife and plant field guides. And then we've got another vent you can see up there, a little white. This guy's a fire alarm, or smoke alarm rather, I should say. And then underneath here, you can see underneath that wood covering is our intake vent, so that gets opened to let fresh air in. We've got a 120 AC outlet brick that's connected in, and then we normally just store shoes underneath there. And then behind the rear seat, we store our table. So we just have a folding plastic table, and we also have back here an expandable ladder to get up to the roof, and our butane cook stove gets stored down there as well. And I'll do a kind of a separate shot showing everything set up. Over here we have our microwave up on the top. So that's just a 120 microwave. Storage shelving here. We use these baskets because they're really nice to get in and out. We have all our kitchen supplies are kind of on these bottom two here. So we've got, plates, all that kind of stuff, extra butane and propane for the grill, coffee supplies, a kettle. And then down on this lower one, we've got, kind of pots, pans, oils, tools, stuff like that. In the kitchen itself, then, if we come over here, we've got our tap, and then the sink is here. We've got these little covers that fit in, which is nice, but we've got the sink there, some expandable shelving on that side, expandable shelving on this side. So you really do have a good amount of space there, to cook and prep meals when we need to. Down below, we've got our control panel here, which controls heat and hot water, a monitor for the propane tanks, AC outlet, 12-volt outlets. This controls the speed of the internal blower fan. And then we've got automatic switches for holding on our gray water tank, which is just over here. So this auto, I think you can hear it, but that runs an automatic ball valve to dump gray water when we want to. And then similarly, this is fresh and winterization. So when the switch is down, it's winterized, and we'll run RV antifreeze through the water system. And when you flip it up, it's all on motorized ball valves as well, and it re-switches the manifolds to run fresh water from our tank. And then we've got switches for lights, water pump, the blower motor, which circulates the fresh air and gets it cleared out in here. We've got our boot warmers in the back on a switch, a cell signal booster, and then an LP shutoff, electronic shutoff solenoid, safety solenoid switched on there. So when we run the heat, you turn this on, and then it's controlled all through there. Moving on, we've got down below, we've got our fridge. So it's a Dometic unit. It's been really good. It can run as both a freezer or a fridge, depending on what you want. Then down below, we've got our Yeti power station, and that runs everything. So DC and AC are both run through fuse boxes that are back behind, and that allows us to run all the electronics in the van, and it charges off of the alternator, off of shore power plugged in the back, or off of portable solar panels. And I just made a little 3D printed cover that covers that up so you don't have lights keeping you up in the night. Then we normally keep storage of clothes in these baskets here. And then up above, we've got another circulation fan just for the inside. You can see another vent that goes to that blower to clear air out of the van. Then just a storage shelf up top. And then the sleeping bunks, you can see here. So there's room for 4 adults. One person sleeps up here, a second in here, and then 2 are down on a double bed down on the bottom. So it really does work quite well, and lets 4 full adults sleep in here comfortably. You need one shorter person for that. The top bunk is about 5'7" in length, so you need one kind of shorter person for the whole thing to work well. And then in the back here, you can see there's a pass-through door. There's a pocket door in there, so when we park up, we close the pocket door, but we keep it open most of the time for keep air circulating through here and all of that. Yeah, so that's the van. It's in pretty good condition. We get a ton of use out of it, especially in the winter, off going to find our snowboarding missions. And yeah, that's the tour.